What's up, everybody? This is Dark Knight 316. This is Robert Wheeler Gaming, and this is our Tackles and Takedowns Football and Wrestling Podcast, Episode 7.
Episode 7. So who was number 1 last week?
Last week it was you. You beat me by, I like to say 2 points, but this week it'll be a lot different. So let's start off there with the Thursday game. Mm-hmm. It looks like it's the Eagles versus the Giants. So which one do you have?
I got the Eagles.
You're going with the Eagles.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Okay, if most people, I don't know if they saw it, but there was Titans made it as the number 1 upset victory.
Throw them ones up.
With that fumble.
Throw them
and
ones
then the
up.
pickup, and then the fumble, and the pickup in the end zone. And they were also the number 1 upset with the guy running, celebrating, dropping the ball before the touchdown, and didn't get that touchdown for it.
Number ones.
So you may be able to see footage online for that one. All right, so the next game. This is the one that Sally's in London, and it's the Broncos versus the Jets.
I got the Broncos.
You got the Broncos?
The Broncos, I mean, they came back and beat the Eagles, so...
You think Bo Nix will do good?
Yeah, but I mean, also, I think it's tough right now. I mean, it could be an upset like the Titans did, but 0-5 with the Jets, I think it's kind of tough.
The Jets will come back?
I mean, it's a possibility, but I'm going with the Broncos.
All right, next one, Rams versus the Ravens.
Got the Rams. The Ravens haven't looked good, and we don't know the status of Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, Derrick Henry's been a disappointment this season, which is sad. I like Derrick Henry.
All right, next game, Cowboys-Panthers.
I got the Cowboys.
You got the Cowboys?
Cowboys are going to go over 500 and start playing better.
All right, next one is the Cardinals versus the Colts.
You know I got to go with the Colts, so Colts are going to...
You don't think Kyler Murray's going to?
No, after what they got deflated from that Titans game.
Yeah, but now he said that they learned from that and they're not going to make that same mistake.
No, I just think so. I think that team. I think.
You think that team's done?
I think the team's done. The coach, what's his name? Last name's Gannon. I can't think of his first name.
Rich.
No, it's not Rich Gannon, but he's not a good coach. I mean, he was defensive coordinator of the Eagles, but he's not a good coach of. Like, you got some people who are good coaches, even though they were offense coordinator, they became a coach, and they did. He's been coaching his team the last couple years. And
Kyler Murray will make his team win, so he could go home and play Call of Duty or play.
No, honestly, I don't think Kyler Murray is an elite quarterback. I think he's just.
I mean, he's turned that team around.
Yeah, but I just think he's good because it's one of those where it's like he plays on a crappy team. And I think it's just like his stats look good because he plays on his stats could be better, but I just don't think he's like he wouldn't be the quarterback I would choose if I were trying to win a Super Bowl. He wouldn't be the quarterback.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's beaten big name teams before,
yeah,
so
I'm sure he has, but I wouldn't choose him. So.
All right, so the next one, Seahawks versus the Jaguars.
You know, I got to go with the Jaguars this time. They came back and beat Kansas City, so they get my pick for being able to.
I know the standings this year for football is crazy on there. So your next game's Chargers versus the Dolphins.
I got the Chargers. I think what's his name, Mike McDaniel. I think he's done as coach of the Dolphins. This is his last season. He hasn't, and you know, not all of it is his fault because you got to think like they gave so much money to a lot of these players, and he's working with a roster that is cash strapped to be able to build a team. So I think he ends up leaving. He goes back to the 49ers as offensive coordinator, and the 49ers win a Super Bowl next year.
Do you think 49ers need an offensive coordinator?
I think, I mean, you think when they when they went to the Super Bowl, they had Robert Saleh as their defense coordinator, which he's back as their defense coordinator now, and Mike McDaniels as not his name. I can't think of his name right now. It's not Mike McDaniels. Maybe it is. I don't know. But he was the offensive coordinator of the 49ers and then they went to that Super Bowl that year against Kansas City. So I think they could repeat kind of something like that, but then this time with Brock Purdy healthy and enough reps under his belt, I think he.
All right, do you think the Steelers are going to face with Browns, who newly acquired Joe Flacco?
No, actually, newly traded Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco, yeah.
So
to the Bengals.
I think the Browns still lose to the Steelers.
You think they still lose?
I think the Steelers start to build that division, because you know what is interesting in this division? Like, everybody but the Steelers are doing bad, and like the Bengals are number 2. So it's one of those.
I told you it's a weird season this which is weird. Year, because some of the teams that like were crap the last seasons are actually now doing good.
But what made it interesting though is I hope, because I like Mike Tom. I don't like the Steelers. I like Mike Tomlin, but a lot of people chose.
I like Aaron Rodgers.
I like Aaron Rodgers too, but a lot of people chose Mike Tomlin as they were saying that he was going to have a losing season this year. That you're going to be doing. He's going to be doing terrible, but like so far he's done a great
good.
job.
I mean, they're 3-1 right now.
Yeah,
they only lost the first game because Aaron Rodgers screwed it up.
And that's where I think like if Aaron Rodgers gets in that, because you figure with the Jets last season he threw I believe it was 4,000 yards.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers isn't a bad player. He's
Steelers
a good player,
don't have a running
even though he's older
right now, and their defense like still needs to get tightened up. But you got to think like you have a veteran quarterback now who can make good decisions.
Yeah, because you got to figure if they lost Big Ben, and they haven't had a veteran quarterback or a quarterback that's good.
I mean,
until they got
they had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields last season, but it was like their running game and their defense had to carry them all season. This time, like they can pass the ball, spread it out because their running game isn't as good as it has been priors past. But they could spread it out and still win. So I think I'm liking the Steelers. I know it's not. That's why I'm not a Steelers fan, because Titans like to step on terrible toes. But all right, good to see Mike Tomlin.
So the next team that are playing is the Patriots versus the Aints. You're gonna go with the Aints?
No, Aints took a victory, but the Patriots have been. I like Mike Vrabel. I think the Titans should have kept him, but for what he's doing with, even if you went like 7-9 or 8-9, you had a pretty successful season. Nobody expected you to even be 3-2 right now, and I chose the Patriots. I think Patriots come out of the gate. I think they are going to challenge Buffalo for the division, and Buffalo they could possibly be too. I mean, they beat Buffalo last week, and it makes a statement too because
I wasn't expecting
Mike Vrabel has played Buffalo in the past with Tennessee, but you got to think like if he's saying you are the division kings the last however many years, and we're gonna take you out. It's possible. It's possible that New England can just get to a win streak. Mike Vrabel tightens up that defense where it's just. Drake May just comes out there and owns everybody, but I'm liking the Patriots right now.
All right, speaking about tightening up the defense, next team is the Tennessee Titans, 1-4, versus the Las Vegas Raiders, 1-4. One of them has to be.
I think
one of them's going to be leaving 2-4.
Then it could be 1-4-1, but
yeah, it could be. You are right.
I think I'm gonna surprise everybody here. And choose the Tennessee Titans.
I was going to say, that's not surprising to anybody there. Because I already knew you were going to pick the Titans.
17
I think you're going to be ready. Like, the Raiders have been looking terrible.
If I go 1-16, I'm going with the Titans for 17
the Raiders have been looking terrible. And they haven't looked terrible. I mean, they have Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll's supposed to be a good coach.
Yeah,
but they're just looking terrible. I mean, I think it was like last game, Pete Carroll's cheeks were so big for chewing that gum that I thought he was like a squirrel.
But you got to think of a couple things though. Like Pete Carroll comes into this situation where he may not necessarily have the ability to build the team he wants because he's coming into a situation where like you got last year's players and you can't. Like how much money were you able to spend on free agents to build your roster, things like that. So this might just be like a throwaway year for him. And he can pick it up. I mean, because with Pete Carroll,
I know Brady's allowing him to do whatever he wants.
My thing is, I thought Pete Carroll was going to do because Pete Carroll's a good coach. Yeah. I thought he was going to turn the Raiders around. But right now, like you're seeing, Geno Smith isn't playing that well. Personally, I think you make a trade, you get Kirk Cousins, and I think you give because Kirk Cousins can play well enough to get that team going. But yeah, I think you get Kirk Cousins and let it roll from there.
What if they get Tom Brady?
He
comes out of the retirement and says,
"Nah,
I'll play for the Raiders this time."
Nah, I doubt that.
What about Garoppolo?
No, Garoppolo's done.
Yeah,
he's done. He couldn't stay healthy enough.
Same with Russell Wilson.
I think Garoppolo's still backup for the Rams. I think. I don't know. I don't remember.
What if they go and they throw a Hail Mary and get Mac Jones from the 49ers?
No, but the 49ers Bucks. This is a good game.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough pick because I'm liking the Bucks this season, but the 49ers are becoming an interesting team considering the fact that everybody thought the Rams are going to run away with this division. 49ers have been clawing back, and I'm choosing the 49ers.
You're going to do the Niners?
I think they're going to claw their way back to a division title. I think it's going to be close because I think injuries will eventually catch up with them, but I think they'll claw their way back to a division title.
All right, so with that, the next game is the Bengals that acquired Flacco, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Packers, who doesn't have Flacco.
I got the Packers. They had a week off. I think they're rested. Fix up anything they need to fix up, and I think the Packers take it.
Packers, okay. Now the next team is the Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs.
This is
this was the one that you could have said last season the Chiefs would take it all day.
Yeah.
But now the way the Chiefs are playing, like you don't know if they're going to be able to beat the Lions or not.
And I think
it's really hard to decide.
I think the Lions take this.
You think the Lions are going to see it?
It's hard to go against the Lions because the way that team is built, it's tough to go against them. Like
they do good, but then they screwed up.
Yeah, but it's like they got a two-headed monster in running back. Their quarterback has been playing well enough. Jared Goff, everybody was always like, he's terrible. He's been playing well enough. Yeah, they got good receivers, a good tight end. Their offensive line is one of the best.
For some reason, they're like cursed or something. They like screwed up towards the end.
I think it's their defense.
They don't make their Super Bowl.
Like Hutchinson, he's coming back from his, I believe it was ACL injury last season. But like now he has to get back in the swing of things, get healthy enough to be able to play well, and get that defense back where it should be. But I like the Lions. The Lions still aren't my pick for the Super Bowl, but I think Lions.
I don't think the Chiefs. Like I didn't pick the Chiefs, so I picked the Lions. I don't think the Chiefs are doing because I don't think all their heads are in the right spot because Kelsey's too busy with Taylor.
No,
and I don't know. Them doing that, he's more focused on that than he is.
I don't even think it is that. I think the main thing though is what you start to see is like they're paying Mahomes $400 million, so you can't take that and build a roster. You got to think when you start paying these guys when they're saying I want $100 million, I want this. You start to get kind of journeymen on your roster.
Yeah, but he was proving it when he was winning the Super Bowls and stuff and bringing them to a playoff.
Because you had these guys. You had these guys with
and
contracts.
He had Kelsey.
You had these guys with contracts who you signed them on 3-4 years. Now those 3-4 years are up. You're still paying these bigger guys. You haven't built your offensive line. Like you got to fix that up. You're struggling with an offensive line. Your defense hasn't been as good as it has been in the past because you don't have enough money to be able to like. You traded Joe Turney to the Bears, like he was your best offensive lineman, but now you got your center who's really good. So it's like you're putting these pieces together for guys because you didn't spend money because you spent all your money on, your quarterback, your Chris Jones. Like
now they're going to spend all the money on Kelsey's wedding.
I think, you're going to spend all the money on that. But I think what happens is Chiefs they don't play as well this season.
You think that they're going to be like the bottom of their division?
I don't think they'll be the bottom because you got the Raiders down there. But I think they're going to be
like the second to last.
I think they'll be like in that range because I think I chose.
So you don't think they make wild cards?
I don't think they make wild card.
No. Dang.
I think it's tough because I chose the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl because I think the Chargers have a good team, but the Chargers haven't. Been disappointing to me. So I would say it's going to be a three-headed monster between Chargers, Broncos, and Chiefs fighting that division. But I think somewhere Chiefs fall out. You're going to start seeing these guys who are going to be like the 5, 6, 7 seeds who are going to get a little bit stronger in the AFC, and they're gonna battle it out and win it. Like, you got to think, New England right now could be 7. Like, if playoffs are today, they're 7th. But then you also think you got the Bills, you got the Colts. If the Texans are starting to pick up, the Jaguars are starting to pick up. So you figure you have 2 right now from the AFC South. You can have 2 from the AFC North. That's already 4 teams right there. And then you have your 3 wild cards. So it's like, and I didn't even name the other 2 division winners that are currently going on right now. Like the Steelers you have. So that's 5 right there. And then, who's the other one? I named only 3 divisions. I'm missing a division right now. But, like, the division winners.
East?
East, yeah. Like, you'd have the Bills, Patriots in the East. The South, right now, let's just say the Jags and the Colts. That's 4. AFC North, Steelers. They're 5th. And then AFC West, you'd either have Broncos, Chargers, or Chiefs. So, like, that's
and
6 teams.
You said there.
Right there. Chargers. Which would mean then
and Broncos.
Somebody could come out from that team, but it could be Chargers, Broncos. Or if the Chiefs actually do make it, they make a 7 seed. Like, that's how tough it's going to be, considering the fact that, like, these other guys, like the Colts and the Jags, are fighting. They're tied. They're fighting it for the AFC South. But if the record holds up, like, one of them takes a wild card. So that's where I think Kansas City's got a lot of work to do.
Okay. It's weird that they've been having a bunch of doubleheaders on Mondays. Don't know why. Maybe the schedule in the future, like, makes it where something happens and they can't have it on a Sunday or something. So that's why they move it to Monday. But the first early Monday game is the Bills versus the Falcons.
I got the Bills.
You got the Falcons? All right.
No, I got the Bills.
You got the Bills? Okay.
Not the Falcons. Come on. I don't think the coach is good enough for this team. I think he's got the talent. I think the coach isn't that good, and I think that's where the Falcons. I think Arthur Smith was a better coach, but he didn't have the talent at the time. Now I think the Falcons have the talent. They just don't have a good coach.
So. All right, and then the evening one. Well, actually, it starts an hour after the other one. Is the Bears versus the Commanders.
I got the Commanders.
You got the Commanders. All right. So
Jaden Daniels coming back in.
I mean, the Commanders could be a competitor for their division too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's tough because they play in the division with I believe the Lions.
Now,
the Eagles.
I just want to go on record that we have the exact same teams.
How do we have the exact same teams?
The exact same picks on there. So that means that next week's episode, it'll be tied regardless for us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we have exactly the same.
I'm surprised you even chose Tennessee.
I did my pick yesterday.
I'm surprised you even chose Tennessee, though.
So it's not like
go against Tennessee.
No, because they're against the Raiders. The Raiders have been sucking.
Yeah, but we know how Tennessee is. They win a game, they go, and then they get blown out by the Raiders.
That is true. But
that's how Tennessee has been playing the last couple of seasons.
But the only thing, reason why I say that Tennessee's going to win is because of the Raiders haven't been looking good. And I mean, they were 0-4 and they had that one victory that they needed. But I actually thought that they were going to go 0-5, and their one victory would be against the Titans. But since they got their victory last time, they're going to start going back down to a downward spiral and not going to make it.
Well, you do gotta let the fans know next week live we have to make our bet because it's Titans Patriots next week.
Is it for week?
Titans Patriots next week.
Oh, we're gonna do our bet on the show here.
So live, we're gonna have to let
week 7.
We're gonna have to let the fans know that,
and we'll have video footage of the loser on that one. Oh yeah,
Patriots are at Tennessee, and it's gonna be a great game because Mike Vrabel goes back to
against his team. Yeah,
so it's either gonna be a smash mouth like, hey, I told you so kind of game, or it's gonna be that he gets blown out by Tennessee, and I'm gonna go, I told you so.
Oh, you're going to be a New England fan that time?
Nope.
No? Oh, dang.
I told you. The thing is, a Tennessee fan, I go down with the ship. So I will go 17 games with Tennessee, even if I lose 16 of them.
Yeah, I know.
because you know,
But
I've been a fan of what since '99.
mm-hmm.
So you got to think 20. Well, let's just say 25 years. I've been with Tennessee Titans fan.
I know. And now I'm suffering from all the losses because I'm a Patriots fan.
Yeah,
and I've been
things are starting to turn around.
You know, riding this gravy train of 6 championships and keep getting the wins with Tom Brady. Brady doing this. Brady coming back. Brady's now retired.
I mean, you got to think
that once Brady got retired that year, they went downhill. And then that Jordan Mayo was like not even.
You could have chose Kansas City and be like, "Hey man, I'm a Kansas City fan."
I could have, but I don't jump on bandwagons.
See, that's the thing though. It's like you're a true fan when you've been 25 years and you've seen the ups and downs. When you drafted Pac-Man Jones or Jake Locker.
I think your best years was. Steve McNair years.
Steve McNair years were
Eddie George
were the best years. Jeff Fisher was a good coach at the time. He can't cut it in this league now. I mean, he did build that Rams team that won a championship. We'll put it that way. But he would not have coached them to a championship. But I don't think he, because I mean the game's changed completely.
What if he comes back as the coordinator?
No, I don't think so. I think he's done. I think a lot of people too, like when he went for the Rams, I think a lot of people didn't like his coaching style. So, a lot of times they're like, he's not a player's coach, he's mean. And
well, he was like Belichick, where it was basically like zero tolerance. You come in there thinking that you're the stuff, and Belichick's like...
But the problem...
you came in without any shoes on, well, you ain't playing.
But the problem with Jeff Fisher, though, was he couldn't come in there and do that, and he's not winning anything. Like, he didn't win with the Rams until Sean McVay took over, and then like you figure like you look at the players, like drafted Jared Goff, drafted at the time Todd Gurley, drafted Aaron Donald.
Didn't he have Carson Wentz too?
No, not at the time.
No,
but he drafted Jared. That was the draft years where they went 1-2, but. Like all those players he used, like he took Laurinaitis. He took all these guys who had a good defense, had a good running game, didn't have receivers at the time, but he couldn't coach that team. McVay came in there, got a couple receivers, switched up a little bit of the roster, and he was good to go. Traded, like he was able to make it to the Super Bowl with Jared Goff, but then traded for Stafford. But like you got to think, the biggest thing with Jeff Fisher was always a run game and defense. So like you could have journeyman wide receivers, but as long as you had a good defense and a good running game, that's why you think he got Todd Gurley and stuff. He
had Eddie George and
Eddie George. Years later, he had Chris Johnson. Like people like that, he was able to get. It's kind of like with Mike Shanahan. When Mike Shanahan, the way that he ran his offense, he could when he went for the Commanders at the time. He was able to get like a Clinton Portis and like trade those guys out and get these like journeymen running backs that he could get them 1,200 yards that season. So and because the way that the NFL's changed now, that everybody wants to throw the ball, like not. I said
they don't need running backs anymore. With the way the league is,
because it's harder for those
quarterbacks are the running backs, which is why like the Cedar Sanders guy, like. I respect him more because he's trying to be like Tom Brady, trying to be like Peyton Manning, where you stay in the pocket, be a pocket quarterback, don't have to run. Don't do that. That's what gives you the longevity because then you're not injuring your knees, you're not hurting yourself on that, and that's what is good for it.
And I see I can't see the Browns coach lasting past this season. I mean, they could give him a chance because he could be like, oh yeah, like we're still getting off that Deshaun Watson money. But I think like when you look at if Sanders is your starter, you have to change like where he's effective is more like short to mid range games.
Yeah, he's the pocket. He's the pocket one.
Keep him. You got to
do the
quick passes.
Do the offense and defense based off of
quick reads, quick passes.
Don't do the running stuff like that because do the running stuff with the running back, not with him. Don't change his precision pocket passing as a running back. Don't make him like Lamar Jackson or make him like Josh Allen or anything like that, because like they tried to do that at the Steelers with Roethlisberger, and he was slow doing it because he was a big guy, because all he did was stay in the pocket and throw.
That's where I think the Browns have their quarterback with Sanders. I think he will be a phenomenal quarterback. I think you can build that offensive line to hold enough for him to be able to learn, get reads and stuff like that. But
they need to.
But you got to change. You got to change the game with a strong running game for him, and give him like short to mid range reads. Because other than that, you're gonna if you're gonna be like long ball every single time, he's not gonna get you what you need. But if you can do it where he can read the defense kind of that first level and get the ball there, if he can't read what the safety's doing, and be able to say, oh, it's a cover 3, and I'm sure he's fine with being able to do that, but having it so he can't. So one of his things, like in preseason, he was holding the ball too long.
Yeah,
but he was also with third string guys. Yeah, who not necessarily are going to be blocking as well as your first stringers, but it's like if you give him the first string guys and you let him sit in the pocket and pick apart that defense in the pocket. He's going to win you a championship. You got to
think of it like Brady. Brady didn't always just lob it down the thing like Mahomes does it. Brady would do the stuff where it'd be like the short pass here, 2 yards there, 2 yards there, get the first down, 3 yards there. Then when he had to throw the Hail Mary, he could throw the Hail Mary. But most of it was all short range, get a few yards here, do the running, short yard there. And if they build the thing around him, then the Browns will
you think
be
even
good.
With Peyton Manning, Peyton Manning couldn't run, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But the thing was because he was so good at the mental toughness,
and
he could pick apart.
And stuff like that,
he could pick apart the defense. Of course, he has interceptions and stuff like that. Yeah. He's not perfect, but you would think with his footwork, the way that if a guy's coming through, they could keep that pocket around him, and he just moves around in the pocket.
Yeah, and then he'd have enough time.
Whereas what happens with a lot of guys is the pocket collapses, they move around the pocket and they go, I'm taking off. Yep. They run 5-10 yards, they get injured, and they're all beat up. Whereas
that's why
if he has a pocket that breaks down and he's moving within the pocket where the breakdown is,
that's why
how much harder
that's
is
why
that?
I was saying with the Ravens, Lamar Jackson should be the healthiest quarterback now because he has Derrick Henry. Let Derrick Henry run. You don't need to run. Put all the pressure on Derrick Henry because that's his job. He's the running back. Yeah, but give it to him. But don't let Lamar Jackson keep running.
What you found out with Lamar Jackson though is his game isn't a pocket quarterback. I know. When Tennessee picked apart the Ravens in the playoffs that year, when the Ravens were favored, it was because they kept him in the pocket and he had to make decisions in the pocket, which Lamar Jackson isn't good at.
He's used to breaking the low run, just like with Mahomes. Where it breaks down and that's why you see with Mahomes too is he's used to running the ball and doing it all, and then that's how you do it.
But as Mahomes has been getting older, what he's been doing is running sideline to sideline versus
instead of
taking off, he'll extend the play by running the sideline, and then if he has to last minute get you 2-3 yards, that's how he is.
Josh Allen is having that problem now.
Josh Allen needs to.
He's doing the running as well, and that's going to that's the thing is it ruins the quarterback more because they're going to get way more hits. If you're a pocket quarterback, you get less hits because your offensive line is protecting you.
But you got to think that's the way that they say the game's going to evolve. Jalen Hurts does that a lot too. But Jalen Hurts, he's good in the pocket though.
It's because they say that now it's football is more exciting now because you got everybody running. You don't know what they're going to do. But I liked the ones with the quarterback standing in the pocket because then you're going to be because if you remember Raiders back in the day when they had Rich Gannon, he'd stay in the pocket, but he would pump fake and then throw. So then you picked it up. Oh, okay, he's going to pump fake first and then throw it. You pick that up. But if he was doing that and then running, you would not know.
You don't see a lot of pump fakes from these guys anymore.
You don't see any pump fake because they just take off
If they just go boom, and then they fake it and you move that safety down, you just quick release and throw it over.
You don't see that anymore.
Yeah, you don't.
You need to bring back the pump fake. Yeah. Well, that's all of our picks this week. Next week's going to be interesting with our teams competing each other, but
we're going to see him crying.
No, I think we're going to show a video of him making me a steak dinner or paying for the steak dinner at our choosing on there. But yeah, that's everything on there. Put below who you think's going to win between the Tennessee Titans and the Raiders game, or any of these other Monday games and
as
and put your favorite team at the bottom because we want to know there so we can kind of make fun of your team when they face our teams.
You got to do what your favorite wrestler does. Put the ones up. Because I'm gonna be number one.
Well, if you're number one this week, then I would be number one this week too because our picks are exactly the same.
Yeah, I gotta verify those picks off stream because I think you cheated.
Okay, well you can checkmate it. Yeah, that's what you can go do that on there. But everybody have a great day, and like I said, put your favorite team in the comments below, and we'll see you on the next one.
God bless you guys. Take it easy.
Yeah.